Northwest region, where we are this day receiving the Senior Divisional Officer for Mezam. At this point in time, we have elites, both internal and external elites of Santa Village, who have turned out this day to pay the Senior Divisional Officer the respect he deserves by welcoming him here in the gateway in the Northwest region.
you know the constitutional authority.
No, I know.
His Excellency, you are the senior divisional officer for Mezam division in the northwest region of Cameroon. On the occasion of Midday People's Day, today Wednesday, the 23rd of January 2013, in Santa subdivision, you and your entourage are highly welcome to the chiefdom of His Royal Highness, Chief Boma Achiriho, the third of Santa Village in Santa subdivision. Thanks, my name Faribatu Hamidu.
Thank you for coming. Yes? Yes. How are the Hausa community? Fine. Yes. Yes. Pleased to meet you. Thank you.
One more box.
Yes, okay. Very much, welcome. Sir, I'm the prominent businesswoman.
princess, granddaughter, yes, and I'm therefore of Pagan village, Kalim subdivision.
You will enlarge me that picture.
Madam, shake. Shake. No, you shake
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Princess. Yes. Nice to meet you.
Sonny Pride. This is a daughter, a granddaughter of this man.
Nice to meet you. Yes, okay. I'm happy to see you here.
My name is Tango, senior citizen.
Yes. How are you? Okay. Yes. Nice to meet you. Yes. Thank you.
This is a retired civil
Yes. Happy to meet you. How are you? Please meet you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Stop at the number where the no to do.
Yes, please meet you. Happy to meet you. Welcome. Thank you very much. I've come to see you. Okay.
The senior Joe is there waiting with the
We have a welcome song from the youth of the Santa village. February 2002.
You are highly welcome to
badum, 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 dum, 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 badum, 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 dum, dum.
Welcome to S.D.O. Welcome to this peaceful land. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, dum.
We say welcome to S.D.O. Welcome to this peaceful land. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, dum.
They are the reason we prepare. We thank you for your concern, our Lord. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, dum.
Everything we present, we thank you for your concern, our Lord. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, dum.
Welcome to S.D.O. Welcome to this peaceful land. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, dum.
The authority you represent, we thank you for your concern, our Lord. Welcome to this peaceful place.
Badum, 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 dum, 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 dum. What do people line against this order and bring what a father has given us his glory? What do people
By the Royal Highness, His Royal Highness Boma III of Santa Village, on the occasion of the maiden visit of Mr. Ngele Felix, Senior Divisional Officer of Mezam Division, to Santa Village. This day, the 23rd of January 2013. The Senior Divisional Officer for Maiden, Mr. Ngele Felix, the Divisional Officer for Santa Subdivision, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Santa Subdivision, the Mayor for Santa Rural Council, invited guests in your various ranks and functions, the population of Santa Village, ladies and gentlemen. It is for me a singular pleasure and honor on my behalf and on behalf of the entire population of the Santa Village to welcome you and your entourage here at the esplanade of the Santa Fons Palace during this occasion of your maiden visit to the Santa Village. History today is in the making, Mr. S.D.O, because it will go in record today for posterity that not only did you visit the Santa Village as your predecessors did in the past, but more significantly, that the venue of your visit is the esplanade of the Santa Fons Palace, which is a clear indication of the recognition of the existence of this palace by the entire administrative powerhouse of the city. And that you here incarnate and their willingness to collaborate with this fondom to bring peace and prosperity to the entire population of the Santa Village. Mr. Senior Divisional Officer, let me seize this opportunity, first of all, to congratulate you on your brilliant appointment by His Excellency, the Head of State of this nation, President Paul Biya, to the prestigious post of Senior Divisional Officer of the Maiden Division, which no doubt is a sign of the recognition of your competence, devotion, and dexterity and loyalty in the execution of your administrative duties in the various divisions and subdivisions in which you have been serving. At the beginning of this new year, it equally gives me great honor and pleasure, on behalf of myself and the entire Santa Village population, to wish you, your wife, and entire family a happy and prosperous New Year 2013, and God's blessings and guidance in the execution of your administrative functions in line with the laws and regulations in force in our beloved country, Cameroon. In the same vein, let me equally here congratulate our indefatigable, honest, objective, and competent divisional officer of the Santa Subdivision, Mr. Daniel D.N. Lawrence, whose appointment to this village by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, has been one of the most significant blessings bestowed to us by God for the time he has been here at the helm of this administrative village, which is the seat of the administrative institutions in the subdivision. His clear understanding of problems of the village and his obsession for applying to the letter administrative laws and regulations in solving complicated administrative problems of the village has significantly brought peace and tranquility to the village for the benefit of the entire population. Mr. Senior Divisional Officer, ladies and gentlemen, Santa Village that you are visiting today has a history which is important that we seize this unique opportunity to summarily brief you about it, and which has more often than not been distorted and interpreted by friends and foes to suit their unwanted perceptions and orientations. Santa, geographically speaking, shares boundaries with the neighboring villages which we have just visited of May, Njong, Awing, Baligam, and Mofobi. It was founded and occupied in 1922 by the erstwhile late von Boma I of blessed moment during the German occupation of Cameroon. And for your information, this great man was one of the rare Cameroonian workers in the office that you occupy today at the upstation Bamenda, erstwhile known as the port, where he served as an interpreter to the Germans. You no doubt will, in the exercise of your duties, come across records in your office of this great individual. The name Santa in one of the local dialects here, specifically the Barangut dialect, spoken by the people of Ak, from where Chiaboma hailed, is interpreted as a long stretch of land without water. This land was owned and administered as the hunting and grazing ground for the fawn of Baju, and stretched from mile 11 on the Santa Bamenda Highway to the borders of the then East and West Cameroon known as Matadu. After prolonged negotiations with the fawn of Baju, the latter finally formally authorized Chiaboma to settle on this land, and together with some of his followers, he brought from the Bagangut today Akum. Together with some of his followers, he brought today from Bagangut today called Akum. Records of this transaction are available today for all those who are willing to consult it. At the very inception, and as founder of the land, Chiaboma was invariably referred to by his subjects as Formkana, which meant chief of monkeys, because the land was virtually empty and was only occupied by a spare population made of this entourage from Akum and a few inhabitants from Baju and Bunda. In his characteristical, gracious manner of sharing with people and taking into cognizance that the land was big enough to be occupied by other communities, Chiaboma open-heartedly welcomed and settled the communities of Njong, Mbe, and others, and clearly demarcated their various limits vis-a-vis his village. After this discovery, a long embittered struggle of ownership of the land then ensued, perpetrated by various dynasties of the Akum village, which to this day were adamantly opposed to Chiaboma, who hailed from their dynasty, becoming a chief in the Santa village. in spite of the fact that the land had been graciously offered to him by the fund of Baba. This has witnessed an unending number of legal and administrative disputes in which the courts and the administration have been going back and forth without finding a lasting solution to this dispute. Then ensued the Chieftaincy Law of 1977, in which it was made abundantly clear that no chief could go across other administratively recognized villages to claim ownership of land in another village which was not administratively contiguous to his territory. In spite of this law, which is abundantly clear to all abiding Cameroonians, Santa village still remains up to date an exception where the fund of Agu still nurtures unfounded claims of ownership to the village of Santa, in spite of all the battery of administrative decisions and texts stopping him from exercising traditional authority within any community in the Santa village. And in spite of the fact that the three autonomous villages lie between Santa and Agu. For your information, sir, the village is made up of about 14 quarters, occupied by inhabitants from Baju, Betong, and Agu, and a very cosmopolitan mix from various communities in the northwest region and western region. The squabbles that I mentioned earlier kept disturbing the peace and tranquility of this village. And in a bid to put an end to this imbroglio, Decree number 92/208 of 5th October 1992, creating new administrative units in the Northwest region, signed by none other than the President of the Republic, laid to rest the unfounded chieftaincy claims of the fund of Agu by clearly recognizing Santa village as one of the 10 villages that make up the subdivision. This was a clear vindication of the cry of the Santa people for their recognition by government, and your presence here today, Mr. S.D.O, is no doubt a clear application to the letter of the said decree. Mr. S.D.O, to all intent and purposes, it is my belief and the belief of the entire population of this law-abiding and peaceful people of Santa village that the legitimacy of this village is a question of the past. And until the repealing of the aforementioned decree, Santa village remains a totally independent and autonomous village recognized by the administration and an integral part of the subdivision. Mr. Senior Divisional Officer, in spite of this important text just quoted to you, taken by the head of state, the Santa village is still the object of destabilization by the fund of Agu, who spares no effort in continuing to encroach in the village, either directly or through his self-appointed so-called sub-chiefs or his so-called Santa Agum Development Association, to perpetrate confusion and disorder in the minds of the peace-loving people of Santa. It should here be made abundantly clear, sir, that Santa is a village in its own right, and it is not an adjective that is used to qualify other villages or associations such as Santa Agum, etc. Inasmuch as we can tolerate the existence of any associations in the village, that association should bear the name of the village as recognized by government. Cameroon is a state of law. There is no village in Santa known as Santa Agum. And this name, no doubt, is used as a ploy to destabilize the village and foment the breach of law and public order, and permit its detractors to continue with their maneuvers aimed at perpetrating confusion in the minds of the population for their own egoistic needs. All associations in this village should join hands with the Santa Village Development and Cultural Association to develop Santa Village, and should not be used for their unwanted and unfounded political or tribal aspirations. Each and every son and daughter born in this village should be proud of being called a Santa's son or daughter, and pay allegiance to the traditional institutions of the village and not elsewhere. In this regard, we are calling on the S.D.O to review the authorization granted to the so-called Santa Akum Development Association, SADA, to determine the motives behind its creation and to proceed immediately with the withdrawal of this authorization if it does not comply to laws and regulations in force in this country. Mr. Senior Divisional Officer, ladies and gentlemen, Santa Village equally has been battling for so many years with development problems, which have been retarding the rapid development of the village, in spite of its very dynamic, hardworking, and peaceful population. We lack farm-to-market routes to permit produce to be conveyed from the farms to the urban areas. We lack a decent water supply facility capable of taking care of the water needs of the growing population. Our nursery, primary, and secondary schools are not capable of handling the ever-growing population of our youth. We have constantly submitted our development needs to the administration and the administrative authorities of the Mezam division, and we rest assured that these problems will be solved progressively with time. Mr. Senior Divisional Officer, one of our greatest pleas is that this subdivision be transformed into a full-fledged division, which will permit us equally enjoy the fruits of development, bring administration close to the people, and make our village a heaven of peace and tranquility. In matters of security, we equally think time is right for us to have a full-fledged gendarmerie company to take care of the increasing crime wave and robbery and insecurity we face today. Like the proverbial Oliver Twist, we can't stop from asking for more, even if our plate is full or is half full or totally full. That is why we equally request you, sir, to do all in your powers to give a befitting vehicle to our beloved divisional officer of Santa to enable him carry out in the best working conditions the arduous task that he faces in this subdivision. In the domain of politics, we are glad to report to you of a very peaceful coexistence between the political parties represented in this village. The population is learning gradually to understand the needs of political coexistence and the necessity to support political parties that can bring palpable development into the village and not be carried away by sentiments and political machinations which are gradually dying down as the years go by. Concerning the upcoming elections, we are sparing no effort to ensure effective sensitization of the village to register on the electoral register and collect their identity cards once they become available. Mr. S.D.O, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me seize this opportunity to once more heartily welcome you to this village and reassure you of our total support and commitment to the government that you represent and the entire Northwest region and administration, incarnated by your boss, the governor of the Northwest Province, Mr. Lady Lafrik Chofo, that we will spare no effort in this village in accompanying your development efforts aimed at making this country, in the words of our President, His Excellency Paul Biya, an emerging peaceful democracy by the year 2035. We wish you and your entourage a happy and joyful stay in Santa Village and call on you to come back as often as possible as need does arise. The Republic of Cameroon, thank you for your kind attention.